Hello, girls and boys. I'm your Peter Pan storyteller, and I'm going to tell you a story about Fred Flintstone and Dino the dinosaur. You can read along with me, word by word. Just turn the pages when you hear this sound. Now, let's begin on the first page with the title, Fred Flintstone and Good Old Unreliable Dino. One evening, Wilma Flintstone came into the living room where Fred was relaxing after his hard day's work at the rock mine.
Fred, we simply have to do something about Dino. He's just got to go.
Go? Go where? Why?
I'll tell you why, Fred Flintstone. He's driving me crazy. He gets into everything. Why, just today he tracked mud all over my clean kitchen floor. Then he broke my clothesline and the wash got all muddy. Then he was chasing a butterfly and mashed all the flowers in my garden flat. And after I baked a pie and put it in the window to cool, he smelled it, stuck up that long neck of his, went slurp, and that was the end of my pie.
Well, what can we do about him?
Anything to get him out from under my feet. I know. Maybe we could get him a job.
A job? Well, what kind of a job can a baby dinosaur get?
I'm sure I don't know. Why don't we just put a notice in the paper and see what happens? Let's do it right now.
The next day, this ad was in the Bedrock Bulletin. Strong, willing animal wants job. Will do any kind of work. See me at the Flintstones. Bright and early that morning, the ad brought results.
Fred Flintstone here. Yes, that's right. Great! I'll bring him over right away. Bye! Wilma, guess what? The ad worked. Dino's got a job.
Goodness, that was quick. What kind of a job?
The Grade A Dairy called. Their horse is sick, and they want Dino to pull the milk wagon.
So Fred took Dino to the dairy, and they hitched him up to the wagon. And Dino's workday began. Everything went fine for a while, and Dino worked hard, pulling the wagon carefully, not even jiggling the milk bottles. But then, late in the morning, the trouble began. The last stop before lunch was to deliver milk to the people at the rock mine. They stopped first at the mine office to see how much milk they wanted to buy. The driver had gotten down from the wagon and was almost at the office when it happened. Dino's father worked at that mine, and he was one of their best rock diggers. Dino caught sight of him in the distance and got very excited. Dino was so excited that he forgot he was hitched to the milk wagon, and he just took off, running toward his father. The wagon bounced and bumped behind Dino, and bottles were flying everywhere. Dino didn't even stop when the wagon hit a big rock and turned over. He just kept right on rowing, dragging the broken wagon behind him. The rock mine looked as if it had been in a blizzard. Broken glass, wheels, and pieces of wagon were everywhere, just covered with milk. When they finally caught up with Dino, they were so disgusted with his behavior that they took him home, disgraced and out of a job. But that night, about 9 o'clock, the phone rang. This time, the call was from a lady who needed a watchdog, because hers had run away. Fred took Dino to the lady's house and explained to him very carefully what Dino was to do and not do. Then Fred went home, and he and Wilma went to bed, relieved that Dino again had a job. But early the next morning, a strange man brought Dino back.
What's wrong? Where's the lady who hired Dino?
Plenty's wrong. She's in the hospital.
Hospital? What happened? Who are you?
I'm her next-door neighbor. Everything was fine until this morning when the paper boy came by to deliver the paper. I guess Dino thought the paper boy was a burglar, and he roared so loud that I thought a mountain was falling down on my house. Then Dino chased the paper boy up a tree and tried to eat him and the tree. There was so much uproar that my neighbor had a heart attack. Here, take him back. He's all yours, and you're welcome to him.
Now what do we do? Dino will never get another job. Who's that?
Fred opened the door, and standing there was a man with a round, smiling face. He was wearing a high silk hat and a long frocked coat.
I own a circus, and I saw your notice in the paper. What kind of an animal is it?
Dino wagged his tail at the man, grinning hopefully, for he was ashamed because he had made a mess of his two jobs, and he wanted to make good.
A baby dinosaur? Perfect. Just what my circus needs. We will make a lot of money with him and pay him, too.
So Dino went to work again. Days later, the circus owner brought him back.
It's a shame, but we just can't seem to fit him in the right place. We tried him on the tightrope, but he's so heavy, he broke every rope and wire we had. Once he even squashed the clown act. Then we had him balancing and throwing balls with his nose like a seal. But he threw the balls so hard that they made holes in the tent. Finally, we tried him riding a motorcycle through a hoop, but he mashed it flat, too. Sorry, but we just can't use him.
And back he went to his circus, leaving a dejected Dino with Fred and Wilma.
Whatever are we going to do, Fred? There just doesn't seem to be a job that's right for Dino.
I'll tell you, Wilma, there is one job we know he's good at. So I say, let him keep right on doing it.
What job is that?
The job of being a pretty good 2-year-old baby dinosaur in this house. He knows all about that, and he's good at it. We'll just have to put up with his shenanigans because we love him.
Pebbles, who was sitting on Dino's back, was very glad he was home again.
Ta-da, goo-goo.
Which meant, and besides, he's my very best friend.